Let me see my phone. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, and we have Gabriel Silva with us today. And we're going to talk about a new project or a new campaign that we just started. Actually, Gabriel came up with the idea, brainstorming, and then he called me and he pitched the idea to me, and it was a no-brainer. I was absolutely on board and I couldn't refuse. So, I mean, the idea is brilliant. So, Gabriel, go ahead and I guess tell us how you came up with the idea.
It's kind of similar to what I've seen done in the vaccine movement that I was in with Learn the Risk. So basically, a complete marketing campaign. We had billboards in San Francisco and stuff like that. Learn the Risk wasn't my thing or whatnot, but I just kind of checked it out and I got the idea and I thought, we need to do that. We need to have a place for everybody to learn about all these organizations and their members and their donors, and just like a kind of one-stop place where you can just learn it all right there, and we can start to get and expose what's going on and get people to be aware, because people don't even know what transpired a couple weekends ago in San Francisco and in Berkeley. So I think it was a really good idea. Of course, I had to give you a call because you're one of the most solid people I know, so I knew that you would hear it and want to get involved, and you're very transparent, so that's one of the main reasons too, besides just being a really good partner, the way we work together and stuff. So
Yeah, I know when you first approached me about it, you talked about, all the donations from that we're going to be bringing in, that we're going to put it on the website so people can see that the money that they donated and where it's going. It's the same thing that we did during our rally in
yeah,
Sacramento at the state capitol. So people donated to help out with the rally, and because all these wonderful people donated, it was a complete success. We had brochures that we handed out with information. We were able to get flyers. We were able to do small things like that because with the assistance of everybody that helped. So I would like to do the same thing here. So when people make donations, we'll put it on the website and everybody will see where every dime goes. And personally, I think that's the way the government should go. We put in thousands and thousands of dollars, if not millions, billions of dollars to the government. And we don't know what they're doing with it. They have all this pork spending. They have all this, bridges to nowhere spending. I mean, it's ridiculous. And we can't see any of that.
yeah, the trillions of dollars that went missing during the Pentagon, they had all that money going missing and stuff like that. I liked what you did at the last rally. I thought it was really cool how people could get on the website Unite America First, and they could look at the itemized list of everything that we spent money on and stuff. I think that's the most transparent that I've seen someone be, and I really stood out to me. You know what I mean? So I think that's what people need to see. On top of the transparency, the information and the content that's on the website, that all the billboards and the radio ads and the TV ads and the magazines and the newspapers, all the whole complete marketing campaign is going to direct towards that website. And I think that the legitimacy of the website has to be, the information on there has to be fact checked and 100% legitimate. And I think that we'll build a reputation for being 100% truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And for people that don't know about about it really, we have a GoFundMe, and we've already had over $1,600 of people donating to this because I mean the idea is just absolutely beautiful. So you want me to say it, or you want to say it
Yeah,
about
go.
exactly? Okay, so what we're actually gonna do, and Gabriel, I mean, is brilliant. I just love the idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a website. The website is not up yet. We're looking to get funding to get someone to professionally do the website. I mean, we do some web designing. We have our UniteAmericaFirst.com, but I want to take what we're doing on this project. I want to take it to the next level. I want to take it way beyond, because this is something everybody can be really passionate about. And what we're going to do, we're going to do billboards. The agenda, our movement is to do billboards, possibly TV and radio spots. We want to stop domestic terrorism. That's it in a nutshell. We want to stop it, and I think we all can agree on that. You want to
Absolutely.
elaborate?
Yeah. Stop domestic terrorism. I think that's a powerful statement, and I think that it entails and encompasses the whole thing. The billboards, the radio ads, the TV ads, bus stops, magazines, newspapers, anything that we can go as much as funding allows us to direct to this website where they can see a list of domestic terrorist organizations by definition. I think it's a very crucial to have the definition out there, as Shannon mentioned. But I think that having all that tie into the website where people can be educated. Education is huge, and it's one of the integral parts of this whole idea is to get people woken up and understand the idea of what's going on in America, who's behind it, who's acting it out, who the members are, who's funding it, and even businesses and services that are helping and aiding this domestic terrorism. For instance, transportation like buses and things of that nature. And so, we were talked about there being feeds on the website with the latest news regarding these organizations and things like that. And this entails so much that we're going to need teams of people to do these various different tasks. And so we really need your guys' help. If you guys want to get involved, message us, step forward. We really need to get well funded to battle domestic terrorism. So if you guys could, it's really important that you share and help spread the word and help us get the word out. The more resources we have, the better we can do this. And we want to, like Will said, take it to the next level and make it professional as can be, professional, transparent, and legitimate as can be.
Exactly. So, like Gabriel said, we need people to help. I mean, in various ways. So, I mean, if someone can think of different ideas, we're looking at how to advertise it, how to, just various things. We're all open for ideas. We're actually looking to bring people on the team to work with us to do different things.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and I think that the impact is going to be huge. Can you imagine? Just think about what is going to happen whenever you're driving, into San Francisco and you see a huge billboard right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Just a picture of like George Soros handing money to Antifa, or like Antifa throwing a Molotov cocktail or breaking a bank window or attacking police. There's going to be shock value there, and there's going to be a
Right.
name, and there's going to be the website name right there. And I think it's going to have a real huge effect. People are going to want to know more about it. And the goal is to stop domestic terrorism. But Will and I and a few others, we've talked recently, and this is going to be more than just a campaign and a marketing and education, movement. We're going to be forming. It's in the works right now. We're brainstorming on making this an actual organization that's going to educate people and show them who is involved with it, and also how they can get involved to stop domestic terrorism.
I'm glad you said that. The one thing, and I hear a lot of people say that, the rallies, going to rallies are cool and everything. But I hear so many people complaining, saying, the rallies don't do anything. It's just people come together, people do stuff, and that's it. They go to the rally and they disappear. And then they forget about what was said at the rally, what was done at the rally. And that's one of the reasons why we came up with the brochure, so people could leave with information. Oh, yeah, this person talked about this. This person talked about that. So one thing here is this: we don't want to fight. That's the tactics that some on the left will do. They send an Antifa out, they send BAM out, and they'll have people go out there and literally physically try to harm people and hurt people. We had the rally, we tried to have our rally in the Christie Field, and because of the politicians in San Francisco, they pretty much mounted their private army to come fight against us, which is Antifa. We're not the ones who wanted to fight here. We're truly wanting to have freedom of speech in America. We truly want people to live peacefully in America. So instead of doing these rallies, I think this is a brilliant idea to where we can go and attack them where they can be, where we can attack them to where no one gets hurt, but people just get presented with truth and with information. And I think that's the way we need to go, because information is key.
Yeah, it's 2017. It's a technological war in essence. It's an information war, war with media, and we actually seen how we were able to turn around the media on Antifa this couple weekends ago at Chrissy Field incident and at Berkeley. And I think that this is huge, and the possibilities are endless. By making this into an organization, we can actually affect policy at the Capitol. We can come up with legislation and support candidates and stuff like that. We can also come up with legal remedies. We can go after people that support domestic terrorism. So, but this is growing into a beautiful thing. It's really amazing how it's just all the brainstorming between all of us is just bringing in this huge endless possibilities for this organization.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And this is the different tactic. And like you said, I never seen anybody go at it this approach. I actually did a phone interview for the radio station out of New York today, and the gentleman is on the Wild Side Radio out of New York. That's the name of it. And I was talking to him, and he was asking me some of the things that we're doing, and I mentioned to him about our Stop Domestic Terrorism, our campaign. And he just kind of he said, wow, that is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it is. People see the value in this. People see, can you imagine, like you said, riding down the street, you go to San Francisco and you see a big billboard, Stop Terrorism. You know what? They're going to go crazy because they're for the terrorism, which is completely mind-boggling to me. How is it that you have a group of people in America that will support like Antifa and BAM and BLM and Black Bloc, and how is it that we have these people in America supporting these terrorist groups? I don't understand it. So this is one way that we are going to fight. We're not going to fight physically. We don't want to go out. We don't want people to get harmed. All we want to do is fight with the truth and show everybody that we're not going to sit here and it's like, okay, well, you guys can beat us up because we're conservatives and we consider ourselves on the right. Just like the lady from BAM. She's in court saying that they should be able to have the right to beat us up, to harm us because we're on the right, where they consider us to be fascists. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are in the dark on all this stuff. Today's society, everybody's so busy running on that treadmill, trying to, make a living for themselves. And they don't really know, they're just going the 9 to 5 and going home on the freeway. And I think this is a really good way to get in touch with those people. Exactly. And kind of, light up the path to the truth, and show them. And, what was that lady? You interviewed a lady from the CIA and she said something about education. What was that?
Her name was Claire Lopez.
Okay. Yeah, how education is one of the important aspects in this war. We have to fight domestic terrorism. We have to educate people, and first they have to understand, the definition of domestic terrorism. They have to be able to identify it, and they once we can show them these organizations, what they stand for, and their mission is, like for instance, Antifa. They say they hate America. They want to destroy America. They're burning flags, and they outwardly, say they're going to use violence, and they do use violence and vandalism. And so basically, they are a domestic terrorist organization by definition. We need to expose. That's the whole thing. We need to expose these organizations, and then not only that, once these people know about them, we can show them how to get involved into eradicating these domestic terrorists.
Absolutely. One of the things that she was talking about being educated, she found out that Antifa is being funded by the Muslim Brotherhood. And to my understanding, the Muslim Brotherhood has ties with ISIS. So basically, ISIS is using Muslim Brotherhood to fund ISIS here in America. And that to me tells me that we have a terrorist group running rampant here in America. Because you notice every time they have a liberal rally or a Democratic rally, you don't ever see the violence, you don't ever see the fighting, because conservatives, people on the right, don't go out and throw rocks at them. They don't throw these M80s at them. They don't throw bottles at them. They don't try to hit them with sticks because they have a different point of view. Because people on the right understand the freedom of speech as Americans that we have. The problem here is that they're trying to shut down our freedom of speech. They're trying to shut down from anything that goes against their narrative. They're trying to destroy this country from within. And see, that's the key right there. Destroy the
Yeah.
country from within. So because they can't come outside of the country, as far as ISIS into the country, they're going to use a terrorist group inside the country, which is Antifa. So they're funding them, and as long as they can fund them, because look, how they're all showing up in these black uniforms. I talked to Marco Gutierrez, and he was telling me he was there at Berkeley, and he had to go to a different location because he said they were so different. He said you could see it in their eyes. They were big. They didn't even look like they were from California. He said, I don't know where they came from. He said some of them even looked like they may have come from different countries. They had the evil in their eyes. He said he's never seen anything like it before. They were ready to kill somebody, to harm somebody. And it only happens, they only bring these people out when people on the right or conservatives want to have their freedom of speech as well. You know what? They always have these rallies in front of Trump Towers. You know, they had the Muslim rally in front of Trump Towers, and no one was getting beat up there because we conservatives allowed them to have their freedom of speech. But let it be the other way around. They are the ones who's coming with the violence. They're the ones who's trying to hurt people. And that's what we're fighting against. Stop domestic terrorism.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people are getting it now after Berkeley and San Francisco. It just proved, with the very small amount of conservatives that were out there, and they got attacked. Reporters got attacked. Business got vandalized. I think a lot of people woke up. Yep. And someone sent me a video about, I think her name, she called herself Sane Progressive. And she even spoke about, the attack on free speech and these extremist groups on the left. I think there's even people that are moderates and people on the left that are realizing about domestic terrorism. And so as they wake up to this, I can see that they would probably, even if, Antifa, they did away with it and they just reformulated it and called it a different name. This website would just latch on to any type of domestic terrorist activity in these organizations, and you would see it on the news feed. You would see the organization up there as we got the intel and we were able to identify them and expose them. I think that's what this is. It's a clever idea. It really needs to happen. It's like crucial. I'm surprised we really don't have a place right now that we can find all this information already, like a one-stop place that provides all this. So I've talked about this a little bit before. It's hard for people to identify these things like invasions and war because they're looking for the old school terms of them. Whenever you say war, they're thinking, bombs are dropping. They're thinking, there's invasion. Going to be boats pulling up on the shore. Invasion, the definitions in the lexicons of these words are changing,
Right.
There could be an invasion through refugees. So they've manipulated their way into the country before they go to war. And then you're seeing this war on the streets. You're seeing the funding come down and the war and legislation on our American values and our liberties. And I think that's the end game. This same progressive lady actually spoke about that they were going to end free speech. They're causing chaos to promote the police state. And if someone on the opposite side of the spectrum that is saying this and that recognizing this, that goes to show you that she has an open mind and that, we're not full of it here, that people across the spectrum are realizing it now.
Yes, absolutely. So if you want to know how you can help, right now we have a link on the UnitedAmericaFirst.com website where you can go and you can see how to help us. It's right there on the front page. You just scroll down below the videos and you can see how you can help this movement and help this cause. I mean, we really need to get people to understand how we're being attacked right here within inside of America. So we do have a domain name for this project, which is going to be different, where we're going to post all the information up. Like I said, we're looking for people that's willing to come on and help us and take this to the next level. Because this is going to be so huge. I mean, it's going to be huge. We're going to put these billboards. If we get, put it this way, we get the funding, we're going to put the billboards across the country. And we're going to put them in these major cities where they're going to have the most impact, where they're going to cause people to talk. because people need to talk about this. And like you said, information is key. We have to get people talking about this because that's the only way we can get people to wake up when they see these billboards, when we run these advertisements on TV and radio. So if you want to say anything else before we close out.
Yeah, I would just want to say we're going to be legitimate, we're going to be transparent, and we're gonna provide all the education in one spot for everybody to go and see. We really need your help. It's key that you guys share for us, please. Even if you can't donate, sharing is crucial to getting this project up and running. And the more resources we have, the more we're going to be able to do. We love you guys. We really appreciate all your support. We're amazed that we were able to raise over 1,600 so far, and we're working hard on making this very impactful and effective. And I have really high hopes for this. I'm excited.
Exactly. And just think about it, please, everybody that's still watching this. Just imagine we are putting a lot. We are putting a lot on the line here by doing this because the people that are in this country that's organizing these domestic terrorist groups, they're not going to like it.
Nope.
As soon as they see what we're doing here, they're not going to like it. So we need you guys to help us as much as possible in every kind of aspect. We need the help because this is going to get dangerous. I can see this getting dangerous because we're hitting them where they don't want to be hit. Yep. Directly. And as soon as we start plastering over billboards, they're not going to like it because we're waking people up. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I said again, go to UnitedAmericaFirst.com. You can scroll down below and you can get information about how you can help out and how to donate. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night. With the assistance of everybody that helped. So I would like to do the same thing here. So when people make donations, we'll put it on the website and everybody will see where every dime goes. And personally, I think that's the way the government should go. We put in thousands and thousands of dollars, if not millions, billions of dollars to the government. And we don't know what they're doing with it. They have all this pork spending. They have all this, bridges to nowhere spending. I mean, it's ridiculous. And we can't see any of that.
Yeah, the trillions of dollars that
we first approached me about it, you talked about, all the donations that we're going to be bringing in, that we're going to put it on the website so people can see that the money that they donated and where it's going. It's the same thing that we did during our rally in Sacramento at the state capitol. So people donated to help out with the rally. And because all these wonderful people donated, it was a complete success. We had brochures that we handed out with information. We were able to get flyers. We were able to do small things like that. Because
it's like a kind of one-stop place where you can just learn it all right there, and we can start to get and expose what's going on and get people to be aware, because people don't even know what transpired a couple weekends ago in San Francisco and in Berkeley. So I think it was a really good idea. Of course, I had to give you a call because you're one of the most solid people I know. So I knew that you would hear it and want to get involved, and you're very transparent. So that's one of the main reasons too, besides just being a really good partner, the way we work together and stuff. So
yeah, I know so Gabriel, go ahead and I guess tell us how you came up with the idea.
It's kind of similar to what I've seen done in the vaccine movement that I was in with Learn the Risk. So basically, a complete marketing campaign. We had billboards in San Francisco and stuff like that. Learn the Risk wasn't my thing or whatnot, but I just kind of checked it out and I got the idea, and I thought, we need to do that. We need to have a place for, everybody to learn about all these organizations and their members and their donors. And
let me see my phone. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Johnson, and we have Gabriel Silva with us today. And we're going to talk about a new project or a new campaign that we just started. Actually, Gabriel came up with the idea, brainstorming, and then he called me and he pitched the idea to me, and it was a no-brainer. I was absolutely on board, and I couldn't refuse. So I mean, the idea is brilliant.